All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to now we're kind of doing these weekly during the summer on Mondays now that we don't have dance Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I have a little bit of time to do these team calls. So really excited. So fun launch day with Morning Meltdown 100. I saw everybody posting that you ordered and you started and tried the workout. So in the team page, we're going to do in the team coaches page, not the challenge group page. We're going to do the first 10 workouts leading up to Summit, and we're going to have a post each morning for you guys to comment on, and we will do next Wednesday, Lauren will do a prize for everyone that's participated all 10 days. She is going to draw a name, and I will pick you up some Summit swag for the winner. So, and I hear there's going to be some Morning Meltdown swag, so I think you definitely want to get on that and make sure you're doing the work each day. So super excited to have Christi Williams here as our guest speaker. She's been in multiple test groups. She always hits
got my way in.
Yeah. She hits those high success club numbers and gets in all the groups. And so she just finished with the Morning Meltdown 100. So super excited to have Christi here. We've known each other in the Coach Network for a few years now. See each other all the events. I'll just keep introducing her.
Sorry, my dog was knocking on the door.
Dogs.
He's going to do that the whole time, so I let him in.
Awesome. So if you have time, Christi, if you don't mind sharing a little bit piece of your story before you jump right in, and then feel free to take it away with Morning Meltdown.
Yeah, so I've known Nicole for a long time. Thank you for having me. I have been a coach in September for 8 years now, so it's just a really long time. I actually started after losing our twins. Today's actually their birthday. They passed away 8 years ago today. They were born early. About 22 weeks, so they were just shy of being able to do life-saving measures. So they lived a couple hours and passed away. It was a really tough time, unexpected. I had used Beachbody in the past, just the workouts, and I had actually even done it getting ready for our wedding and stuff as a discount coach. I didn't even think about it, just phased out, knew we'd have to do in vitro. But I gained 50 pounds being, high-risk pregnancy. And towards the end of my pregnancy, I was in the hospital on bed rest. And more than why I had always kind of yo-yoed with my health and fitness, that 10 pounds and you'd get it off for an event or thing. I never really had gained that much before. Always teetered 10 to 15 pounds around. Which, at that time I was young, before kids, could get it off pretty easily, but now not so much. So after having them, I decided to kind of look into the business. I had just left my job as my background's healthcare and nursing. I worked in surgery, but I was working at the college as the director. And our family does not live close. My parents are actually both deceased, and my husband's family and the rest of my family live about an hour and a half away. So I had just given up my job thinking I was going to be a mom of twins and started working at home writing curriculum for college I worked for before. So it made money. It was less than I was used to, and it was super boring. So I came home to this empty house, working at home, going crazy with all this baby stuff I had bought. And, we bought this big house. Now we've outgrown it. It's like, if I turn the camera, it's like toy mania over here. Just kids have taken over. But at the time, it just felt so empty. And so I just needed something to fill my time. And, while I was working full-time at home, I just needed something to keep my mind busy. And I needed something to get me off the couch. So that's why I started coaching. Janelle Summers is my upline. So I purposely this time around sought out someone that I knew worked the business, and she's pretty local here to me. She's in Toledo, which is a couple hours from where I live. So I reached out to her, and when she told me what she made and what, she was doing, I didn't believe her, because it's like, there's just no way. And while I still haven't quite accomplished what Janelle has, I know that it's possible, and I get closer every day. And, this business can be hard, but it also is really great. And if I can say one thing that I've learned over the past 8 years is that if there's ever been a time where I've hit a wall in my business, or I struggle to hit Success Club and I feel like I'm just grinding my wheels, it's because I'm just not doing the daily things I should be doing. And normally it's because my fitness has gotten off track, and why I've had some great reasons. I'd be here all night if I told you my whole story. But shortly after we lost the twins, we did in vitro again because, I knew it could be a while, and we got pregnant with Cooper, who will be 7 in a couple weeks. And that was another high-risk pregnancy. That helped me lose the weight. So a lot of my first year, I built this business pregnant, high risk. I started to lose some of the weight before I got pregnant again. But it was really, I built my business. I went diamond in that year and really started to grow a great business. But it was once I became a mom, with the baby, I actually got to bring home and show that journey. Things just really started to explode for me. Over the years, I just, after a while, I was able to quit writing curriculum, which was good because it's super boring. But it helped pay the bills, and it's been such an amazing opportunity for me to be able to be home with my kids for many years. And so kind of a lot of my story is the products and programs. And when I felt like I've hit a wall, it's because I wasn't doing them. And for years, I never really understood the power of following a program all the way through, from start to finish. After Cooper, I was, teaching some fitness. I got certified in some of the formats, and, I would do Insanity here and Turbo Fire there. And, why I got great results that year, I never actually, until I got in a Core to Force test group years later, I had never really started a program on day one and finished. There was a lot of things after we had Cooper. We tried for years to have a sibling, and we just kept having miscarriages. And we had more than I can even count. They were all a lot earlier in the first trimester, but still very hard, a lot of in vitro. So my weight was just up and down, up and down. I'm a stress eater. And then 4 years after having Cooper, I had gained as much weight as I had before when I had him. We were adopting a baby at the time, Mason, who's almost 3 now. That was summer 2016. And I looked like I had him. And so that was kind of a wake-up call for me. And that's a point in my business where I felt like I hit a wall. While I was still doing great and had a lot of success, I felt like I was struggling. You probably have those months where you just feel like nothing's going right. And I was just having that time. And while I had a lot of great reasons and injuries and miscarriages, it was just really hard to be able to say, oh, I'm a coach, but I wasn't really doing anything for myself. So I scratched and clawed my way into the Core to Force was coming out that time. Arnold, who does UK now, most of you've probably seen him, but I literally stalked him for a month because I knew it was coming, and I love boxing and I love Jericho and Joe. And so I basically didn't leave him alone until he let me in the group. I'm like, you have to let me. I'm going to have the best transformation ever. And I did, and that was a really big year for me. And with Shift Shop, and then after years of in vitro and thousands of dollars, I was told we could never get pregnant on our own. And almost a year ago to the day, I had a baby girl, Molly, and so crazy. And so here this past year, I've been on my postpartum journey again. I was, you said, I've gotten some test groups. For years, for 5 years, I wanted to be one. I could never get in one, but now I earned my way into the Transform 20 and Morning Meltdown. Oh, that was a really hard one to get in because the numbers were so close, and it was tough being in the Star Diamond category trying to get in. But I just knew that I had to do it because this year was so important to take people on that postpartum journey. I was an older pregnant person, and most of my 30s have been about trying to have kids, and I'm going to be 40 in October and mom of 3. And I just really want to show people that you can get fit at 40, and that I've had, 2 C-sections, lots of other reproductive surgeries. I have a lot of issues with my, this area is the hardest to lose. And I just wanted to be able to show people that and show my team that you can overcome hard times in your business and with your fitness. And honestly, truly, it really, you know, you don't have to be in a test group to show people what you can do. Like last summer before Transform came out, after I had Molly, I did lift and I took people on that journey. I wasn't in the test group, but I started about a week after everyone else started it because I had to wait till my doctor cleared me. And I did it. And I posted my progress every week, even though my pictures, you know, I still was nowhere where I wanted to be, but people could see me on that journey and see what was hard. And, you know, this week, and it wasn't even about, oh, well, you know, she's losing weight, she's looking better. It was also about, oh my gosh, like day one, I haven't worked out in a year. I could barely do a push-up. I just had a C-section. And the next week I could do 2 push-ups, and then I could do 3, and then maybe I could do some on my toes at the end of the program, and I could show people that progression. And I could talk about the hard times. So for me, that's kind of like the quickest version of my story that I can give you. But for me, I would say if you ask me my strong point in this business and how I've been able to grow, it's when I really focus on product and sharing that journey with people and bringing people in to a challenge group and giving them a great experience and doing it with them. If you want more action in your challenge groups and people doing it with you, you got to show up. You got to be in there live. You got to be posting your workouts. I know sometimes we get busy and we forget, but they're not going to do it if they don't see you doing it. And just getting them fired up. And most of, you know, it just where most of my coaches, I occasionally sign coaches up directly, occasionally. But for me, honestly, my very best coaches on my team and the months I have my best months with coach signups are usually people that are coming from my challenge groups. And, you know, I lost my way with that for a while, a few years back, because I wasn't doing it in there. I was like, my challenge groups suck. People aren't commenting. I was depressed. I was injured. I was having miscarriages. And why, again, I had a good reason. I wasn't in there. I wasn't being a part of it with them. And it hurt me. And so it sucks. It sucks to start over. It sucks to start a new program. It sucks to be sore and get up early. But the feeling you have when you do something completed, like Morning Meltdown, is just such an incredible feeling. And I think what I could share with you about it, when I heard about it, I was like, 100 straight days, that's insane. Because I am a person that likes to have at least one day off completely, no stretching, nothing. And I'm usually the person who's like, I don't want to do the stretch day. I don't want to do the yoga day. That's boring. You know, I'm like, I got to be moving. And so I really encourage you to embrace the whole journey and just do it versus like, will this be enough? Like, I've come pretty far on my journey this year. Will 20, 30 minutes be enough? And it really was. I was really impressed in the first week. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. But they just kept, you know, Jericho kept saying, embrace the journey. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I showed up for every freestyle flow and every revive, because your body needs it. And, you know, like I said, I'm almost 40, and a lot of times I've skipped that. And I also have a lot of problems with like tight hips and joints and pain. And I can't tell you how much, in general, just with my fitness and physical results, how much better I feel. And I'm more like, I've had more balance and flexibility than I've had probably since I was a teenager and did cheerleading. Like, I feel really flexible and strong. And it's because I embraced the whole journey. And it just felt so good to say that I did 100 days and I marked it off on my calendar. That 100 is just a really great feeling. You know, I know there's other programs with 21 Day Fix or things you can finish, but there's really just something about 100 days that makes you just feel really, really good. So, you know, do it, embrace the journey. I followed the ultimate portion fix for eating. I am breastfeeding still, so I ate a couple calorie groups above. And that was probably my biggest obstacle, because I'm in the phase where I'm trying to just get the very last bit of weight off. And I just don't know that I'm going to be able to do it until I'm done breastfeeding. But that baby won't let me. She won't drink anything else. But that's a whole nother story for another day. But I'm really pleased. So, you know, a lot of times they have you measure around your belly button for your waist. Like I said, I'm around like, you know, like my, sorry guys, in my uterine area, you know, girl talk. around my C-section line, I measured there because that's where I saw the most progress in this program. They don't ask you that on the sheets, but I actually lost 4 inches around my lower abdomen. I lost 2 around my belly button in the program, but I lost 4 around there, and I lost a couple in my hips and then an inch on each thigh, and my arms got really toned. And this program just really helped me to lean out and get through some of the hurdles I was really struggling with. And it kind of creeps up on you. Like, if you did day 1, you're like, I don't know, I feel okay, I feel good. Just give it a couple days. You're going to wake up feeling pretty sore here soon. So drink your recovery for sure. So sorry, I've talked a bunch. What else would you like me to talk about the program? I'm just rambling on.
No, it's awesome. That's such a good tip because I've had 2 C-sections too. So that's a rough area as well. So I love that little tip on measuring down.
Measure that, because a lot of times you don't even just realize how much, because this, that is what really needed to be worked on. And I feel like that program is what did this for me. Like, what I really like about this program is that you don't even realize it a lot, but almost every move you feel like your core is so engaged. And at first I was kind of reluctant that there was a day just for your core, even though I need core work. A lot of programs you can add it on, like it's extra, like, oh, I did this 20-minute transform, so I'm add on 10 minutes of abs. But every day you feel like you're doing abs. Like, wait till you do Thursday, wait till you do Total Body Badass. That's my favorite. That workout is nuts. You're holding light weights, like every move you're balancing, holding up a leg, holding weights. Like, you're just working your core more than you even know. So I would say, like, if you have people you're talking to that are moms, and a lot of women really struggle with their core, this program is really going to help them a ton with that, because that was just an area that was just not moving for me. Like Transform 20, I did lose weight around my core. Obviously, if you look back in my photos, but my legs probably were most impacted because all the steps. But with this program, like my core, like it's a whole body workout. But I was really, really impressed with my lower abs, because that's an area that most women really just can't get to budge. So.
Yeah, I've been listening to Jericho and listening to, videos, and I was saying today, I was thinking about it this morning, I am so excited for her demeanor. Like, she's so different than all the other trainers. Like, she's soft spoken. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to just feel her energy through the TV for those 100 days. Like, she's so, Autumn can kind of yell at us a little bit, which is fine. We can get a little Jillian Michaels-ish, but like, I'm like, I'm looking forward to just the calmness of Jericho, just doing the sample workout and then the morning meltdown, cardio meltdown, whatever it was today. And just feeling like, I'm really excited for her energy.
Yeah, her energy is really good. And at first, with the DJ, it's such a cool component. And I didn't realize how much I loved the DJ till I did some workouts these past couple of days without it. So I started 80 Day Obsession because I never got to do it. It came out when I was pregnant with Molly. And, oh, man, like, it's so boring. She's not the workouts are hard. I'm not complaining there. But I'm like, where's my music? Like, I didn't realize, first I was like, you see him dancing on the promo video, you're like, oh my gosh, he's going to be so corny, but it's actually like, it's really good. And, especially as you move into phases, the workouts really do get much harder. So it's really fun. Like, he really is good about putting the beat of the music to what you're doing. And when you're doing like the minute meltdown, as you get further in, you guys had a minute meltdown today, but a lot of the program workouts, as you get into phase 2 and beyond, in addition to that, at the end, you do a 100-second challenge. And so those are really fun. Well, not always fun, but you know what I mean. The music gets really fun. He gets it really fast. And I'm really motivated by music. Like, all the time I play on Alexa upstairs. We have the Alexa thing. I play like some of the music. I grew up speed skating, so I play music I used to listen to before I would race, and that gets me pumped up to work out. So it kind of reminds me of that. So it's really fun to have the music. So, but yeah, to get through 80 Day Obsession, I'm going to have to just turn on my own music because she's just talking. Not saying I don't like Autumn. She is hardcore. But Jericho is very, very different. And, you know, she is soft-spoken, but she's also like, you know, she's very cool and vibe and chill and like, but she's also like, makes you feel like a badass. And like, you really do feel like a badass. And, you know, you're trying to do the jumps like her and the pictures, and then you look at them and you're like, oh my God, I don't look anything like Jericho. But I'm getting there.
Yeah. No, your videos are awesome. I love watching your videos. I love when you do, I don't know which test group you started doing this in, or when I started noticing, but Christi will post videos like of her maybe on day 1 doing a lightning bolt, and then maybe day 100 doing a lightning bolt, like as example. And I love watching those videos because it just shows that progression of that move side by side. I don't know how you get them so simultaneously to work, but you do a really good job. I'm like, oh my God.
Sometimes they don't. I tried. They had me do before and after video, and I tried so hard to get them to sync the turns, and you still get the idea.
Yeah. No, those are awesome. Yeah, and I definitely think she's going to challenge us in a different way. So I like how you said, you know, the core and the yoga. I'm the same way. Unless yoga's in my program, I'm not going to make the time to do yoga, even though I know I need it so bad. So when yoga is in a program and I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't I do this more often? So I'm excited for those 2 recovery.
It does too. And it doesn't, you'll see on Friday when you do freestyle flow, it doesn't feel so yoga-ish. There's like, the beginning is kind of a yoga warm-up with all the like sequences and, you know, down dog and stuff. But what I really like, especially as you get into the further phases, you're doing these balance moves. You've probably seen people like holding their leg up or out, or it's been fun because to see yourself be able to not fall over by the end has been really, really cool. So I think this program is great. I love that it's coming out in the summer where people really need a kick. You know, my advice for all of you, you know, if you haven't bought it, I'm guessing if you're on this call, you've bought it. But if you're listening to the recording and you haven't bought it, buy it. I mean, don't wait till the 15th because then you're going to have to do 10 workouts in one day because they're going to take them down on the 16th. Like, get it now and do it. I know we're coming up on a holiday and that makes it tough because we want to have treats and stuff. But there's ways to treat yourself but still get results. Like, my best advice to you that I didn't do when I started, because Janelle didn't really like emphasize it, and it's something that I emphasize so strongly with my coaches, is I didn't really have, like, after the twins, the last thing I wanted to do was take a before photo. Like, I never weighed that much. I was depressed. Like, I didn't want to take my picture. Even if you're not ready to share them with the world, take them, and take them in more than one outfit. If people get sick, like after I had Cooper, I just had the one outfit I took it in, and people got sick of seeing, like, they don't click, oh, it's that same photo, even though I was making more progress. So, like, I know it's scary to put on, like, it doesn't have to be a bikini, put on a swimsuit, or like if you're wearing like a baggy top and baggy pants, people aren't going to be able, you might have amazing results, but people aren't going to be able to see that. So if you don't want to just wear your sports bra, make sure it's not like a black, because black is really hard to see. Like, it's good at hiding stuff. Like, if you really want people to see your progress, do something. So I did, like, you know, a sports bra and shorts, because you really, you know, as you start to get further along in your journey, it's going to be hard to see the changes. A lot of the bigger changes for me in this program were around the edges that you couldn't see if I'm hiding them with a lot of clothes. And so I also took, like, for this whole year, I put on in my before, like, a pair of jeans that I could no way fit into, and a pair of shorts, or like a dress, like a summer dress. And so throughout the year, I would put those on and you could see them fitting, and now they actually fit, and when the dress is even too big. So I've been able to show people that journey. I have a swimsuit one. I have like an outfit I might wear out, and people like to see that. And like the other day I put one of the outfits on, I was like, I was actually going to wear it out, like for the first time that whole year. And people really like to see that. People really like those. So just a recommendation, if you haven't taken photos, or you have, maybe take a few more and use good lighting, guys. Like if you don't have a ring light, you know, try, it's real dark down here in our basement, but our kitchen has big windows and natural light. Pick a time of day that you're going to, and play around with your camera. If you don't have anyone to take your photos, you can get a tripod and remote on Amazon for like $15, and that's business write-off. Investing in these things now will really help you, because having good photos, if you're posting dark, blurry photos, whether it's progress photos or pictures or videos or even food pictures that you're taking throughout your journey, people aren't going to click on it. Like right now on social media, you are competing for space. People, especially on Instagram, they're scrolling on their phone and they're going quick. And so that you want to stop the scroll, and you have to use things that are, you know, bright and colorful. And, you know, I recommend personally creating, I've been doing some training, you know, really creating some mystery, because if you just are every day saying, I did day one, MM100, Jericho's program, there's nothing wrong with talking about what you're doing, but if you do it every day, people are just going to click right past you. You got to give value, you got to earn the right to promote. But if you're posting a video, I do a lot of my videos in my stories, in Instagram and in the Facebook stories. So if people want to see more, they'll see a lot in my stories. But really, if you're posting photos and things, what is it that you're trying to do for people? What is the solution you want to be? Instead of saying, hey, come do this 100-day program with me. A lot, at least my market, is busy moms. We're all busy, right? Everyone's so busy, even dads, whatever. Oh my gosh, I just did this workout. It's only 20 minutes, 20 minutes a day, moms. That's all you need. And that would catch my attention. That is something that I would click on. You want to try to use they call it a caption. In your caption, like, what could you say that would make you want to stop and keep reading it? So you have to have good, bright something for them to click on, and then something that makes them stop in their tracks. Oh, 20 minutes, that's it? And so they're going to read about it. And or you might have a little video and they're like, oh, that looks like a fun workout. But if you told them everything that it is in your post, you're not going to create engagement. If you're like, this is MM100 created by Jericho through Beachbody, and you're just like going on and on and on. For one, people don't like to read. they get bored. So I've tried to shorten my posts because I can tend to talk too much. And two, you want to create curiosity. And when you do that, they're going to ask, well, what is it? What's only 20 minutes? That looks fun. Like, what are you doing? Then you create posts. And the more people post, the more Facebook sees early engagement, the more news feeds that it goes out to. Another thing you may want to do, if you don't, and this is like has nothing to do with Morning Meltdown, but if you want your post to be seen more, are you doing your daily to-dos? Are you connecting with people? And I don't just mean being like 5 hey girls. Like when you, not just on Facebook, but Instagram too, if you have like 10 people in your mind right now that you think really need this program, you should be going to their page and commenting on something their kids did or something. You probably notice when you interact with somebody more on Facebook, whether it's through commenting or messaging, their stuff pops up on your newsfeed more, and vice versa. So if you want your stuff to be seen more, Facebook doesn't rank you high. Like this is what's working right now. They do not rank you high if you're just always somebody that's posting but not commenting and interacting with other people. It actually helps you to do that. And I know it seems petty and it doesn't pay off like the second you start doing it, but it's something if you start doing daily and you intentionally say every day 5 to 10 people, I'm going to go and comment on their stuff, you're going to see your engagement start to improve tremendously. So just a little tip for that. But think about when you're posting and promoting MM100, like what can you do that would make people want to stop? What would make you want to click on Morning Meltdown? What is a solution to a problem that most people that follow you have? I do a lot with food if you follow me, and I do like, I'll share like a recipe because I want to give value to people for free. But sometimes I make them work for the recipe. I make them comment, or I'll message them. Raise your hand if you'd like it, because then it gets engagement. And then I message them, hey, like here's the recipe. Thanks for commenting. You know, how have you been? Have you been working out? Like, I just get conversation going, and you never know where it might go. So really, you know, what is it that you're good at that you can really give as advice? Maybe on Friday. So I do something called 5-Move Friday, and you don't have to be rocket scientist or personal trainer to come up with 5 moves that, you know, tone your saddlebags. And so tone your legs, or sexy summer arms, or you could just pick 5 of your favorite moves from any of your programs and share them with people. So that's what I do. But recently I've done like my 5 favorite moves from my new 20 to 30 minute a day program I'm doing. And then I ask them to learn more. If they want to learn more or try a free workout, like a full free workout, they join my sneak peek, and then they can try the sample workout. So they get a full 20 minutes. They get a little preview of 5 of my favorite moves, like lightning bolts and the crazy stuff. Draws their attention, like, wow, that's really different. And that's one of my favorite things about this program, is that it's different. And that's why you need to be doing it. Taking lots of photos, videos, pictures of your food. Like, try to make a couple new recipes a week, whether it's from Ultimate Fix, To Be Mindset, or from the book itself that you get with, you know, the nutrition guide, the B100 nutrition guide. There's some fun recipes in there that I made during, that I can finally share. We weren't allowed to share them to our social media during the test group. But what can you do to get people excited? You could post a picture of one of the recipes. Check out this recipe from the new program I'm following. Could you eat this? If you want the recipe, raise your hand. You can add them to the sneak peek, and you put the recipe in the sneak peek. So then they have to go in there and see everything else. So, you know, sometimes I give it away for free. Sometimes I make them work for it. But I'm just always trying to boost engagement. So then if you can get people into a sneak peek, then you can go live while you're working out. Another benefit of having the program right now, they usually make us wait the whole month. You get to do like the 10 days right now, and you can go live every day. Start your sneak peek, invite on social media to it, and just keep sharing with the people that are there. Didn't do the full thing because I had started 80 Obsession, but I went live for Cardio Meltdown Day 1 in my challenge group today, and tomorrow I'm going to go live up Beach Strength and show people just a little snippet to get them curious enough. Hey, this is how you could get this right now today if you were interested in coaching. And I just talk about the coach sign up. I keep reminding them. I go live and talk about the program, but it's hard to do if you're not doing it. So it's really so amazing that Beachbody's given us these 10 days to do it right now. And you have the power to make some really big physical changes in 10 days. I had a lot of changes my first couple weeks of the program. So imagine if you did the first 10 days and then you started now, and then you have 5 more days, you could start those days over or do the prep workouts and show people like 2-week results just in time for the launch for customers on the 16th. And keep doing it. Even, you know, maybe you get some people to join the 16th, but keep doing the prep calendar. Even though the 10 workouts will go away, keep doing the prep calendar through the rest of July and show people your results. What do you look like 3 weeks in? What do you look like 4 weeks in? Be like, hey, I just did the first 10 workouts and the prep workouts. Look how far I've come. We haven't even started the 100 days yet. And so keep sharing that journey. What's cool about a sneak peek is that you can share, because they've asked to come in there and join, where you don't feel like you're over promoting or talking about products. You go live in there while you're drinking your Shakeology. You can go live in there talking about Energize, Recover, how they helped you. You know, and for me, I used all those things during my journey. I know it's a cost, but it's so much easier when people say, well, Christy, which pack should I get? I tell them, and some people still want to start with the basic, just shakes or the performance. But some people get all 3 because I use all 3. And I eat beach bars. And so when they check out, they're 10% off at checkout. I'll say, hey, when you're checking out, you might want to check out the beach bars. They're a really easy snack. And I have those almost daily when I'm out right now because my kids eat them all. But the more you're using and the more that you talk about it, it's easier to talk about it if you're using it. And I can say, this is how I got this results. This is how I ate. And this is what I did. And so people usually, well, I want to do what you did. And so, but if you're not, if you feel like every month you're struggling to get people to buy a pack, are you actually using your Shakeology, Energize, and Recover? And if your answer is no, if you're really struggling with that, like, what can you do differently? How can you make this program, like, really follow it to a T? Yes, things come up and people get sick. We had travel and we all got some version of the flu. It was awful. And, we had birthday, my Molly's birthday in there. So, I had treats, I had wine here and there, but, how can you really follow it as best as you can and really, it's your business. It depends on it. The success, you have such a great tool right now before it completely launches to get ahead of the game and share. So anyways, I'm rambling on way longer than I said I would.
All good. Do you guys have any specific questions? I know we've gotten a ton of training, so this has been good, like just hearing real life, everyday stuff instead of all the training ideas that we've been hearing. We've been getting a lot. Any questions? Are you guys good? Yeah, I think everybody on the call has gotten their ordered today. We had like a check-in for everybody ordering, so I think everybody.
I'm excited to see everybody's posts and photos, and my best advice is to take it one day at a time, because 100 days is a long time. And you're gonna have some roadblocks, and you're gonna have some days you don't feel like it, because I certainly did, because Molly still gets up a lot. But just take it one day at a time and share the struggles. People want to know that you're real, so just embrace the full journey and video document. And maybe at the end you can put a whole little video together that you share with people in time for the fall launch, when they relaunch it. And just embrace it every day, the good, the hard, everything. So yeah.
Mighty, do you have a question? Is that I'm like, what's that little raise hand button feature?
Are there days with multiple workouts? No, as of right now, there's not. So it's now I had to do a couple. I had to make up from where I got really sick. I had a fever. I actually worked out one day, lit cardio of all days. I'm like, I just feel like I'm going to die. Like, I just felt so bad. It was around like the 50s. I was like, I should be able to do this. And so I never get fevers. Probably since I was a kid, I haven't had a fever. And I took my temperature, it was like 103. I'm like, well, no wonder I thought I was going to die. And we had a fever for like 8 days, but I was able to catch up. And that's what's cool about the 20 to 30 minutes, is that if you have to miss a day, you get sick or life happens, you can make it up. And I don't know if you saw Jericho talk. In the test scripts, she's going to come up with like 120-day version of the calendar. If people absolutely want, like, if they just like, I have to be off Saturday and Sunday, it's just their thing. Or there's another day they have to work off, or they're like, it's just too hard. Maybe they work 12-hour shifts as a nurse or something. There's ways that you could do it, or, where you would have that off. But she's also, a lot of people were asking, can I stack 2 a day and be done in 50 days? You could, but I think it's going to be really hard, because the way that they're put together, I think it would, in phase 1, I think it would be easy peasy, depending on your fitness level. But it really, like, phase 4 and 5 are really hard. Like, the lit cardio is only 19 to 20 minutes in every phase. And it gets so crazy. Like, you're like, what just happened? And to like stack that with like downbeat strength the next day, where you're just hammering your legs out heavy, I think your body would get worn down. But she said she is going to come up, I don't know when she's going to put it out, with a safe calendar where you can stack and maybe finish in like 80 days, like safely stack. So, because you still want, like, when you get to day 10, I was thinking, oh, I don't need a revive, I don't need that. But you really do need it. Like, once you're that day 10, you really need that for yourself. So you wouldn't want to stack on that day. I think it really is. It's your recovery day. So definitely take that for yourself. So anyways, if you think of anything else, you guys know where to find me.
Yes, yes, we do. And I did share Christy's results in our sneak peek. So if you go under photos, I didn't I didn't create like tabs and files in this sneak peek, but um, she's in there. So for sure you can see all her stuff, and her little cutie is in a lot of her videos and on her social media when she's posting. So
Oh, yeah, they're always here. I'm surprised they haven't come down yet. I hear them up there. All right. Well, thank you guys. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Christy.
You're welcome. See you later.
All right. Good night, everybody.